People usually don't have trouble hearing me. Can you hear me? The focus of welcoming the stranger, which is, I'll use WTS, is teaching English. However, I tell people that at the core, we figuratively wrap our arms around people who are almost struck mute by their inability to speak this language. To me, that is what we're all about. It's where people from warring countries become friends, and a Jewish teacher is very loved by Muslim women in Hajj, where people who had no English can learn to function in this country in a relatively short time. I've worn many hats since I began as an assistant teacher in 2014, shortly after retiring. I added teaching citizenship classes the following year until everything changed with COVID. And we began Zoom classes where I remain to this day. I've been involved with so many activities over the years other than classes. Students themselves have been responsible for suggesting a diverse range of interests beyond the classroom. Dozens of students from all over the world helped to build a wonderful experience for themselves because they were brave enough to begin a WTS class with little or no English in a new country with crazy customs and a frustrating language. At the end of my first term, a student asked me how she could keep speaking English over the summer when WTS had no classes. Others agreed with her, so I offered to meet them at the Yardley Library every Tuesday, who brought their children to the playroom when we met. In 2019, we moved to the WTS office during the summer, and it was then I started a regular conversation class. Every week we had more students. Patricia and I added chairs every week. 4 of those students are here tonight. Sunny from China. Natasha and Igor from Ukraine. And Elena from Russia. All are still very involved with the organization in one way or another. When COVID struck, our classes were put on hold. The next day I figured out how to use WhatsApp so we could keep all the students I knew of together for conversation and communication. Current and former students continue to use the general chat now. Each of my classes has its own chat. The students' curiosity about American culture, food, and home life led me to begin hosting parties in my home. Students brought food from their countries, and we had English conversation, dancing, and a lot of laughter and camaraderie. I decided to invite others who may no longer be taking classes because I consider them part of our WTS community. Every Thanksgiving weekend, and it's coming up, the students come to my house for Thanksgiving food. And my papers are stuck together. I apologize. I'm sorry, Teresa. We've been to restaurants together because it was suggested they try foods of other cultures. Sunny here has arranged 2 picnics in the park for both of my classes to commingle. Students wanted a book club, so we formed one and read a total of 35 books in foreign language. Natasha, over there, and Elena were part of that group. The club's favorite, Bob Dylan. It's all been an outstanding experience for them and for me. I came from a profession where you did not socialize with clients or patients. WTS has no such restrictions. I've learned that if you build a baseball field like in the movie Field of Dreams, people will come. WTS has built and continues to expand a Field of Dreams for its students and volunteers. There are more volunteers every year, more students, more people interested in becoming teachers and needing a mentor. The service area has increased significantly from when I started, especially since distance
standing here today is a deeply emotional and symbolic moment for me, because it reflects a long path of adaptation, transformation, fear, learning, and finally success. I came to the United States in 2018, and 1 year later I joined English classes and welcoming the strangers. And at that time I worked all day in a Russian-speaking home care agency, so welcoming the strangers was the only place where I could really practice my English. My mentor was Debbie Hoffman, and you will hear this wonderful name from me many times today. But everything I say belongs to all of you, our dear, our amazing teachers, and everyone who makes welcoming the stranger what it is. At first it was just English lessons for me, but slowly, step by step, they became lessons about how to live life in America. We discovered what price adjustment or rain check are, and why I cannot just go to Costco, and what a membership means. You did not just tell us what to do. You guide us how to understand American life, how to read it, how to navigate it. And how people say, don't just give a hungry man fish, give him a fishing rod and show how to use it. That's about all of us, my dear. For every possible life questions, we asked our teachers. David, why does everyone ask me how are you and then go away before I'm answering? We can call anytime. Debbie, we hit a deal with our car, what to do? For us, we were our Google, our ChatGPT, and sometimes even our psychology. And my dear volunteers, we even cannot imagine how much people like us, strangers between two lands, need you, trust you, and hope for you. For now, my English sounds pretty confident, but we all know that's because I prepared my speech. In real life, it's more humble. For a long time, I believed I could never work in American company. I thought it's not for me because of language, because of insecurity, because of fear. But the English lessons with Debbie brought real results. My English has improved. And in addition, but not less important, her support and her deep belief in me helped me to take a most serious step in my life, to apply and finally to get a job in American company. Now, for almost 2 years, I work in Jefferson Hospital and Health Information Management Department. I love my job. I feel competent and useful. I have stability, benefits, and a future to grow. But I'm sure without welcoming the strangers and Debbie, I would not achieve all of this. Welcoming the strangers opened the door and changed the direction of my life. Another important achievement where welcoming the strangers guided me through success was this summer when I passed the citizenship test and became a United States citizen. It was not just a test about history or government. For me, it was like a final chapter of a long book about adaptation, about change and believing in myself. And when I raised my hand and took an oath, I felt like all years of my working, of my learning, and of my understanding new for the country finally came together. And again, I know I would not reach this point without welcoming the strangers and Debbie. It was not only because we went through every question in my test and every word in my application. It was because she believed in me, in my potential, and inspired me, her confidence. I don't even remember who exactly recommended me back in 2019 to go to Welcoming the Strangers. But it probably was the single most valuable advice in my American life. Welcoming the Strangers has been with me through all these years, calmly, confidently, like a good friend, going next to me. Sometimes leading me by my hand, sometimes just going nearby, but always there. It was like finding my place, finding my people, finding my confidence in my new life. Thanks to Welcoming the Strangers, I did not find my voice in English. I found my voice in American life. Thank you, my dear.
Thank you, Elena. Thank you, Debbie. Our last teacher I'd like to introduce is Emily Babcox. She started teaching ESL online classes in the spring